Hola clase. Today we're going to talk about how to talk about the past, in particular the preterite of ir and ser. So if you want to follow along or read along in what's in the book, if you'll look at las páginas 219, 219, hasta la página 221, 221. Okay? So clase, Ir and ser are both irregular verbs, both in the present tense and the past tense. And what's interesting, what happens to them in the past tense is that they have, or the preterite tense, if you want to call it that, because in Spanish we do have two different past tenses. What happens though is that ser and ir have identical forms. So they're conjugated exactly the same in the preterite. So really our only way to distinguish whether we're going to be using ser or ir, or what a sentence is trying to say, is just based on the context. Okay, so let's look at our conjugations first. So we have fui, yo fui, tú fuiste, usted, él, ella, fue, nosotros fuimos. We do not have to worry about the vosotros form. And then finally, ustedes, ellos, ellas fueron. Okay, so these just have to be memorized, and notice that there are no accent marks at all on these. Okay, so exactly the same for both ser and ir. Okay, now one way that we can differentiate between ir and ser, other than just, context being our clue as you read through it, knowing, oh, okay, well, this makes more sense if I was saying ir, if I was saying to go instead of to be. Okay, but one is that ir is often followed by the preposition a. So, yo fui a la tienda para comprar un nuevo vestido. So I went to the store to buy a new dress. Okay, so fui a la tienda. When we're going to a place, we're going to use ir a and then the place. Or we'll also use ir a with an infinitive, which, remember, an infinitive is an unconjugated verb. So let's practice a little bit. So here I have our question, ¿a dónde fueron? So we're asking, where did they go? Where did they go? Not where did they be? Okay, so where did they go? Okay, so take a minute to formulate this. Pero fueron al supermercado. Fueron al supermercado. Okay, ¿a dónde fuiste? Right? Remember, fuiste, that is the to form. So it's asking you. This is you here. Fui al estadio. Fui al estadio. Right? Porque aquí tenemos un partido de fútbol, ¿no? Okay. ¿Quién fue tu maestro o maestra favorito or favorita, right? So who was, so this is a ser, your favorite teacher? So that's up to you. But essentially you're going to say fue la señora, what have you, her last name might be, okay, or el señor. And you can add the mi maestro or maestra favorito, favorita fue, but you really don't need that. As long as you start with fue, because it's already been established that we're talking about your favorite teacher. And of course, remember, this is in the past, right? In the past. ¿Quién fue al hospital? ¿Quién fue al hospital? So who went to the hospital? Carlos. Carlos fue al hospital. ¿Cuál fue tu película favorita? So notice again here, we're using ser. What was your favorite movie? So again, mi película favorita fue, or you can just start with fue again and give the name of the movie. You don't have to convert it into Spanish. ¿A dónde fue el reportero? Right? Where did the reporter go? Notice we have our a dónde, which usually uses ir as well. So El reportero fue al laboratorio. Fue al laboratorio. ¿Qué día fue ayer? What day was yesterday? Okay, and that just kind of depends on what day of the week you're watching this. But I always post these on Sundays. So we would say, ayer fue sábado. Ayer fue sábado. So that's it, clase. Now you've learned a little bit about the preterite tense of ser and ir, one of our two past tenses. So make sure that you memorize those. And of course, if you have any questions, feel free to contact me. Adios, clase.